All right, let's go to Sasha in Carson City. What's up? How we doing?
Hey, Dr. John. It's so good to talk to you.
You too. Hey, did I say your name right? Sasha?
Sasha. Yeah,
Sasha.
You got it.
Beautiful. Beautiful name. All right, so what's up? How can I help?
Oh, my goodness. Well, how much time do you have?
I have 11 hours. Go. This is a special podcast edition.
Okay, so I reached out to you all. Huge fan, by the way. Love all the Ramsey personalities. Love your show.
Thank you.
Reached out because I heard from my mom recently. She had a request of my husband and I to help her open up a credit union account. And this is special for people who, it's a credit union who caters to people in the military.
Okay.
So,
are you in the military?
My husband is in the military.
Okay.
Yes, and so by sort of default, she would be able to benefit from what the credit union has to offer. So she reached out to me kind of out of nowhere asking if we were a member and couldn't we help her open an account.
Is that a little bit shady?
And,
or
yeah.
is that normal? Okay.
For me, my knee-jerk reaction was, oh, what? I was a little, I mean, there's obviously
that sounds like when I used to ask
layers.
people to be my girlfriend in middle school, and their first reaction was, ew, whoa. So yeah, been there on the other side of that one, Sasha. Thanks for kicking me while I'm down. Okay.
Yeah, sorry to bring that back.
No, it's good. So why don't you trust your gut?
I do trust my gut. My real struggle is, how do I kind of, I guess, reject her request? And I know it's not going to go well. I'm feeling a little guilty and a little petty about it. But my deep down just does not feel right.
Okay. So here's what stinks, man. Parents often have the problems and kids are forced to solve them. Right? Ooh, that sounds like an old line. Check out the hook while the DJ revolves it. That's right. That's that old line. The parents have the problems, right? And kids have to solve them. And I hate that because it should not be that way. Parents should be mature and grown up and ethical and honest. And they're just a lot of times not.
Yeah.
And so here's what's awesome about this call. I could tell you're really smart and you're kind and you're honest. And so
that's nice.
It sounds
you
like
know me very well, but
no, the fact that your first thought when asked to do something from somebody that you want to please and that you want to respect and honor, and they ask you to do something that's a wee bit shady, that is using a military benefit for their good, right?
Yeah.
Your first thought was, no, I'm not do that, right? It wasn't, let's see how we can game the system for you. Here's what sucks about boundaries. You've got to draw them, and you can't hold the outcome. You can't be responsible for the consequences of your boundaries. And so you're going to feel guilty. You've already said it, but it's your mom acting immature and not being honest, right?
Yeah.
And here's what I'd rather you do. I would rather you hold a strong boundary, trust yourself because you're right, hold the boundary and grieve the loss of the mother that you fantasize about, then, bend the rules here and then not be forced to deal with the reality. Your mom's using you. Your mom's using your husband. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you said a couple times the word boundaries, and that's really the underlying issue. There's been a number of times where, especially in like a financial situation, there's been some boundaries that have been kind of a little watery or muddy. And so that's really why I'm just, if it were maybe a good friend and the rules applied, I would seriously consider it. But just we haven't had the best boundaries when it comes to finances. So
how old are you?
I am about to be 40.
Okay. And how long have you been married?
Let's see. It's been about 7 months now.
Oh, wow. So you're in it now. Okay. Is this first marriage, second marriage?
First marriage. We are also about to have our first baby.
Congratulations. Okay. So listen, it is I can't tell you how important it is that you and your brand new husband go somewhere, get together, and write out on paper your boundaries for your new relationship, your marriage, and you're about to be parents. If you thought mom was shady before, oh man, it's about to get awesome. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, some of that is definitely coming up, and I promised myself I didn't want to call here and bash her. You know, she's obviously done the best she can.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's not a bashing. It's it's an honest declaration.
Right.
Okay? And there's a difference between saying, I hate you, you're an idiot, you're a moron, and you are not good with money, and I can't allow that into my new young family.
Yeah.
Right? One is dishonoring and gossipy and just trashing somebody to prop you up and make you feel better. One is calling a spade a spade. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in my life that I love dearly that I would never hire. Right?
Right.
A lot of folks that I talk to somewhat regularly that make me laugh so hard, I don't know if my guts will ever work again, that I would not leave my kid with. Right?
Right. Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. You do have to be wise. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. If you're not wise and you choose to duct tape over relationship issues, you're on a bullet train towards resentment.
Yeah, I can definitely, when I imagine saying yes or kind of giving in, I do feel that sort of resentment, like, okay, well, I'll help you with this, but like, where were you at the baby shower? And like, why can't we just talk about the baby coming? And why does it have to be about a bank account? you know?
Yeah. And it may be that she wants to open a bank account so she can put money into it for your kid. Right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean,
Who knows? Probably not, but it's fun to dream, right? Here's the thing. You're wise and you're a good person. So I tell you that to tell you, trust yourself.
Yeah.
And you live in a world where women are told, don't trust your intuition. I'm telling you to trust yours. Okay. And trust your new marriage. And trust that impulse that says, well, that's not a good idea. And then get some time away with your husband. Plan and dream. Write down these boundaries and then hold them firm. And then also be loving to your mom too. And what's that mean? That means be clear and direct and not passive aggressive.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Go to coffee with her, or if she's too far away and just talking on the phone, sounds like y'all live somewhat in the same area. Go to coffee with her and say, hey, Mom, I can't use military benefits for somebody who's not like, who doesn't apply, they don't apply to. I can't do that. Right. I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm not, Mom, we're not doing that. Okay? Yeah. You can go get your own checking account or your own credit union account when you want to go get a credit union account. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next thing. And if she chooses to throw a temper tantrum on that, that's a decision that she's making, not that you made. Right?
That's true. Yep.
And it's coming times 1,000. Why don't you let me see my baby? I want to come see my grandkid. It's my grandbaby. Why don't y'all just go out and I'm got a new boyfriend I'm going to bring over to me. Whatever the thing is. Right?
Right.
Get those things down now. Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay? What you want has value. The right things are the right things. And you're going to have to practice holding those boundaries. And here's what's hard about boundaries. It takes so much energy and courage to lay them out there that we want everyone to just honor them. Like, it was so hard to build this fence. Why'd you knock it down? Or why do you keep bashing your head against it? Or why are you throwing things over it at me, trying to make it my fault that I wanted to keep my family safe? Always remember, the practice of developing boundaries is hard. The practice of building boundaries and setting them up is really hard. And then when people try to knock them down, it hurts. All of that is part of boundaries. It is always in the short term easier just to be like, all right, whatever, dude. It's easy, whatever. And it always comes back to bite you. Always comes back to bite you. You're awesome, Sasha. Congratulations on your marriage. Thank your husband for his service for our country. Enjoy being a mom. It's going to be awesome. And, man, build those boundaries.